So this is how the mounting system connects. You've got your oculars, your beam splitter, this is the diaphragm. As you rotate the diaphragm here, you can change the imagery position 360 degrees. In the SLEYEcam, you have your mounted area here for the smartphone of choice. And if you look at the smartphone screen here, I've got the lamp on. I'll just kind of put my hand back here. And you can see there's my finger. And as we increase and decrease magnification, you'll see that the digital focusing ability of the SLEYEcam just keeps everything in crisp, clear, and that's fully zoomed in on the microscope itself. Now, the digital zoom I was talking about earlier is where you would just take your finger and start to zoom in like this. And the ability for this to zoom in, and sorry for I can't keep my hand any more still than it is, and it's so highly magnified that you can see the movement. I can continue to zoom in. I mean, we're down to the micronic level here. I'll zoom back out, out. We're down to the 1, and then I'll zoom out here on the microscope. Whoop, we're back to it here. So I will usually just hit the video, and I'll record the entire anterior segment, and then I'll just save it in here. In my phone, I've got pictures. Here's a picture of a patient with just a regular pupil, epicapsular stars in the center. Again, you can just keep on zooming. I mean, look at the detail there. Zoom back out. We've got other imagery. Pupillary rough. Videos. If I wanted to cast it onto the television, simply I scroll down on my slide here, and I go over to Smart View, and I just click on Smart View, and I select whatever I'm using, which is, for me, I use the frame 43, and it pops right up, just like that. If I want to do that zoom and talk to the patient, hey, you have epicapsular stars, let's take a look at these. It's something that you've probably never seen before, and I just keep zooming in on whatever it is that I'm looking at. Zoom in, zoom out, scroll through my imagery. Here's videos, fluorescein. If I want to go back to my gallery, I can go back to my gallery here, and I can just take a look at whatever I have in my gallery. Everything is shared onto whatever you're using here. Some videos you can create, and you can make the entire screen the video, or you can subsection off, having the video playing on one side and have the EMR system. So if you have a scribe, they can scribe while you're talking. And when I want to disconnect, I simply press the button here and just hit disconnect. And I'm back to having everything on my phone and separate on my screen. So sometimes if I have patients with family members, as I'm doing the exam, the family members will be watching the screen behind me. So they'll see what I'm talking about in real time, or sometimes I'll just AirPlay it over in real time and talk to the patient and the family members at the same time while doing the exam. The really nice part is, though, anytime I'm in the room, the patient's family members or the patient's relatives, whoever's here with them, can see what's happening here while the exam's going on. If I want to remove the smartphone, I just dial this out, pull it off, and I'm good. It stays charged all day, every day. It never dies because it's constantly connected to an ongoing power source. It's also made of solid steel. The entire piece here is solid steel. The beam splitter is solid steel. There's no internal moving parts aside from the diaphragm that you can rotate to change the image position. Everything else stays. It never moves. It will never break. I mean, it's just solid steel. This, again, is steel as well. The dials are metal. The dials in the back are steel. So everything's really, really well put together. Even if you dropped it, I would be pretty confident that it probably would not break, although I wouldn't try it. But yeah, I'm very happy with the quality of the build. It's solid and it's one big unit, so there's no small pieces that could break off or fall off. When I'm using the microscope, it's not in my way. I do my exam, I get behind my oculars, I take a look at my patient, right eye, left eye, anything I need to do, I'm right here. I can put plugs in, touch the patient's face. I have no issues with where it's mounted. Some of the other competitors mount above or below. I prefer it mounted on the side because when I'm here, I'm just looking over. I can see exactly where I am. I don't have to come out of the oculars. I can just kind of look to the left and I see exactly where I am on the screen. Anytime that I'm in focus on my oculars, because this is connected, I'm in focus on this SLEYEcam.